Hey everybody, how's it going? So I live in New York City, and in New York City you have a lot of restaurants that do delivery via Seamless and Grubhub. It's very popular here, and you'll see those Arrow 7 and Arrow 9 bikes often going around the city, the little motorized bicycles that are fairly cheap on a regular basis to deliver food to people. Now, there have always been these bills being proposed and these workers' rights things, and I always thought that what they were fighting for were either, standardized workday, better benefits, higher pay, less hours, stuff like that. I didn't really know until a bill passed recently that one of the things that they were fighting for was the ability to take a piss. And I think that this really deserves a spotlight because this is just beyond disgusting. Regardless of where you may lie in your opinions on what benefits should be available to freelancers, what hours in the workday there should be, what the pay should be, and all that type of stuff, how workers should be classified. I think that we can all agree that if someone comes into our business to provide a service for us and they say, "Hey man, I got to take a piss," that we should let them use the fucking bathroom. And it really does speak to the dystopian culture that we have in this city, that this is something that workers actually had to go to the city council for. They had to go to the city council because apparently, according to Cornell University and Workers' Justice Project, 83% of food couriers report being denied access to a bathroom at restaurants where they've gone to pick up orders. Okay, now I know what you're thinking. They're not actually an employee or a customer. But imagine you have someone come over to your house and they're working on the ventilation system at your house, or they're working on the air conditioner and it's 105 degrees outside, and they're just a contractor, they're not an employee. And after 3 hours of working on your air conditioner and getting it to turn on, they say, "Hey, I got an hour ride home. Would you mind if I take a piss in your bathroom?" How many people watching this video would have the balls to say, "No, you can't use my bathroom after doing work on my property or doing work of my business?" We're talking about businesses here that don't actually often want to do the delivery work themselves, that are farming it out to third parties or having third-party couriers come up and pick up food. So they are able to make that $30 or $50 or $70 or $90 off of that particular order for food delivery because there's somebody out there that is open to taking that food and bringing it to the customer that wants to pay $90 for it. And after that delivery person does that job for that stupidly low amount of money that is so low that they are racing from place to place, going through red, salmoning down lanes. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that somebody there cracking the whip to get them to do that this fast. After all of that, you're not going to let them take a fucking piss. I wouldn't be opposed to there being a database or registry of restaurants in New York City that have denied their workers the ability to take a piss. I don't limit the businesses that I purchase from because an employee or a CEO or someone in their advertising department said something that I don't agree with politically, because if I did that and if everybody did that across America, we would probably never buy anything. I'm not usually for that type of thing. But when it comes to the point where you are denying the people that work at your place the ability to take a piss, I would love to know which restaurants are doing that so that I never, ever spend money at that restaurant. And I'm very curious if the people who watch this channel who live in New York City would be for me with this. I'd really like to know which restaurants are denying people that work there the ability to take a piss. I do not care if I have not eaten in 3 days and that is the only restaurant open. I'd go to somebody's lawn and eat the fucking grass off of it before I ate at a restaurant that did that. That's fucking disgusting. It's dystopian. It's scumbag shit. And it just says something for the culture of our city and the business climate in the city, that you actually have to go to the city council to try and get a law passed so that you could take a piss while doing work for people. Absolutely disgusting and dystopian. And I'd love to know what you all think. I will leave a link in the comments down below for anybody who's interested in learning more about this. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something.